bueno, seguimos con la lista de ganadores y ahora en las categorías de film tenemos a Messaline. How are you?
I am fine.
And you win!
Yeah, I won.
Tell me about the movie, the name and a little bit of the story.
Yeah, the name in English is Behind the Shutters. In French, it's Derrière les volets. And it's a movie, it's in between documentary and experimental. And it tried to create a language to express a kind of resistance of masculine oppression.
Very modern and very contemporary. That's amazing because we are surrounded by a lot of masculine toxicity, and speaking of that, that's amazing.
Yeah, it happened because I was doing a movie. It was about a factory, the factory of my grandfather, and I became pregnant, and so suddenly the fact that I was a woman and I had a woman body was obvious to me. Before, because I studied at university and I was with a lot of boys who are also feminists, I never realized I was a girl and there was men and we were not equal. But at that moment I felt like there is something, and I reconnect with my grandmother who were living in front of the factory, and the workers who were working for my grandfather, and it was only women. And I found also Carmel. So it's women who are praying and they can't go out. And so all that feminine figures, how to say?
En français?
En français. Ça matérialisait l'idée que la féminité était souvent enfermée et cachée, parce que c'était des femmes. It was women who were hidden and closed in their spaces.
Ya. Sí, básicamente dices que la feminidad está escondida, está reprimida y de repente hay veces que ni siquiera se puede expresar de manera libre. Tú comprendes un poco de español también.
Sí.
No, it's a very contemporary subject about talking about femininity, the gender roles and stuff in our society. Also, how do you feel being in Mexico? This is your first time?
Yeah, it's my first time and I feel very lucky because before to come I had a lot of cliché about the country, about violence and a lot of a very complex political situation. And when I arrived I met a lot of amazing people. And I'm very happy because they make me also aware of the political situation. So they didn't try to hide the situation. So I was confronted of the situation. I don't feel like I am in a bubble, in an amazing festival with a lot of fancy people. I feel I met true experience of the daily life also of the people.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I am very touched, and I am also very touched because my movie was very understood here in all that complex parts, because it's a kind of experimental movie and it's not a language so easy to
understand
or to accept. And here I had so much enthusiastic reactions, so it was, for me it's...
Well, for us here, speaking of femininity, of masculinity and gender roles, it's very important also. So I think that's why your film was very welcome. Well, thank you very much and congrats.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Gracias.